Good evening. It's me. I'm Pretty Bird. Who are you anyway? You never answer me back.
They're not gonna. It's a television screen.
Seriously? They see me?
Yeah.
Well, they won't answer me back.
Nope. It's a one-way trip.
Okay. Well, explains why I've never offered me popcorn then either.
Okay. There's another story tonight.
Yeah, no. This is a love story. Oh, this is a love story. And it's got a little twists and turns to it, but I'll try to say all the names right. It's hard when you don't have a tongue. Have you noticed? They're not talking again.
They won't talk.
Okay, well, here's the story. See, during the time of the judges helping out the Israelites, a famine came upon the land. Not again!
Yep.
On the land of the Israelites, as one had come in the time of Jacob. Like I said, not again.
Yeah.
This meant that nothing would grow in the fields like before, and the pastures became dry and dusty like before, and when food became scarce, like toilet paper is during the coronavirus. I squeezed it in.
I know.
A certain man, his name was Elimelech.
What?
Elimelech.
Elimelech?
Yeah, see, you have a hard time too. He grew worried about his family. He had 2 grown boys as well as a wife, and that sounds like Adam and Eve.
2 grown boys? Yeah.
And there simply was not enough food to go around. So finally, Elimelech,
Said it again.
I'm trying, decided to leave his home in Bethlehem and go to the land of Moab to live until the famine was over. Ah, sounds like Jacob. There, he would be able to find work and some food. Okay? Relocation. So, Elimelech and his wife, Naomi, that's an easy one,
Yeah.
took their sons to Moab and made a home for them there. And Moab is one of the countries, which the Israelites had to pass when Moses led them from Egypt to Canaan. Remember that?
I remember that, fighting them.
Well, poor Elimelech never got to see his home in Bethlehem again, for he died while his family was in Moab. And Naomi, well, she continued to live there with her sons until they were grown. I guess she had friends. The time came for the sons to choose wives. And naturally, they each chose one of the Moabite women. They knew, because, well, you marry what's there. And one of them, he married a woman named Oprah. Orpha. I always confuse it with the lady on TV.
Orpha.
Named Orpha. And the other one, well, his wife was called Ruth.
Okay.
And the lovely brides, they helped make Naomi's life happier because she had some women folk to be around. Yeah. Especially on washing day. Yeah, they could talk. They could do each other's fingernails.
No. They didn't paint fingernails back then.
Okay, I pushed the limits. Then trouble again came. Both of the sons, well, they upped and died too. All 3 women were without their husbands. The younger women, they stayed and lived with Naomi. Well, one day, Naomi heard that God had made the land of Israel green and beautiful once more, and that food really was growing there. She decided to return to her people. See, the Israelite? The other 2 are Moabite? Okay. Both Orpha and Ruth made plans to go with Naomi on her journey. Now they're leaving their families. But Naomi would not hear of it. Oh, she's sweet. My daughter, she said, there is no reason for you to leave your families and your homeland. You are still young and you have time to find another husband and have a family. Return to your fathers' houses. So they're like widows?
Yeah. But they're really, really young and really still able to marry.
Oh, eligible.
Yes, they're eligible.
Well, tearfully, Orpha kissed her mother-in-law and said goodbye, but Ruth would not leave. Follow your sister-in-law into Naomi begged. Follow her. Return to her to your home. Return. Go. And Ruth, she's determined. I can tell. She's got a strong will. Ruth had a beautiful reply. Do not ask me to leave you or to quit following you. I want to go where you go and live where you live. Your people will become my people and your God my God. Hey.
Yes, you read that on a wall of our house, I think.
Yeah, it's on a saying. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When Naomi saw that Ruth would not change her mind, she said no more. The two made a long trip to Bethlehem together. News traveled quickly that Naomi was back in town. She's back. Our girl is back. Kind of old, though.
Yeah.
And many came out to greet her. This is Naomi, they asked. Do not call me Naomi anymore, she said. It means pleasant, and my life has not been pleasant. A better name for me would be Mara, which means bitter. Oh, she's changing her name. Now, Naomi and Ruth, that's not her name anymore,
I know.
returned at the time of the barley harvest. That's a grain, right, for bread? Yeah. Okay, I would like that.
Yes, you would.
And Ruth went out to the fields to gather grain with the other harvesters. And these grain gatherers were called reapers. It was the custom in Israel for the reapers to leave some of the grain for the poor people to gather. Oh, that's nice. And this was what Ruth picked as she followed along behind them. It so happened that Ruth had chosen to gather grain in a field which belonged to a rich man in Bethlehem named Boaz. You think she knew anything?
No.
When Boaz came to look over his field, he noticed, woo-woo, hot mama. No.
Good-looking lady.
Oh, he noticed Ruth among the reapers. He asked the master of the reapers, hey, you supervisor, who is the young woman there? She is a Moabite woman who returned to Bethlehem with Naomi. The man replied. She asked to glean, pick up the scraps here and has been here since yesterday. Oh, he spied her.
Mm-hmm.
Boaz went to Ruth and told her, stay here in my fields and glean for the rest of the harvest time, and I will see that everyone is kind to you. Oh, now he's playing favorites.
Mm-hmm.
When you get thirsty, feel free to drink from our water. Oh, working conditions just got kicked up a notch.
Mm-hmm.
Ruth bowed and thanked Boaz for his kindness to her, especially since she was a stranger in Israel. But Boaz said, you are really no stranger, for I have heard how good and kind you have been to your mother-in-law. Word gets around. Yep. Reputation precedes you.
That's what happened with Naomi and Ruth.
I know that you left your home and family to come here with her. May the Lord to whom you have come to trust reward you. Then Boaz invited her to eat with his reapers. The picnic food?
Yeah, the lunch.
And when she had finished eating and gone back to work, Boaz asked the reapers to let some of their barley fall on purpose so she could gather it. Oh, he has got the hots for her.
How about he is favoring her?
Fine. That evening, Ruth was excited when she returned to Naomi. Look how much I have gathered today, she said. I met the owner of the field, and he was the kindest man. He told me to gather there until the end of the harvest. No more looking for a better spot. Then Naomi says, who is this man? Oh, she's a suspect.
She's kind of suspect.
He's called Boaz, Ruth replied. Why, he is my husband's near kinsman, Naomi explained. Stay in his fields as he has invited you to do. Well, by the end of the harvest, Boaz had come to love Ruth, and when he got permission from the wise men of the city, he took her to be his wife. Wow. Naomi came to take her home with them. Really? Yeah. And when Ruth had a baby boy,
What happened then?
well, Naomi was its nurse, like its babysitter, granny nurse. Granny nanny. She's a granny nanny.
That's what she would be.
Once more, she said to her friends, my life is pleasant. The little boy, born to Ruth and Boaz, he has a name.
What is it?
Obed.
Ah, Obed. That's not hard to say.
No. His own son was named Jesse. Wow, he grew up fast. And Jesse ended up being the father of David. We're skipping some generations here.
Mm-hmm.
The shepherd boy, David, who was a king.
Uh-huh.
Thus, Ruth, the young Moabitess, who followed her mother-in-law to Israel, became the great-grandmother of Israel's great king. I said David a minute ago, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
We're getting closer to Jesus.
You're getting closer.
They jumped me a lot there at the end of the book, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that.
Okay. What'd you learn tonight?
Barley grain is crunchy. Hang in there with your relatives. And, true love is sometimes blind.
Okay. That was from the other story.
I know. Samson.
Okay.
Good night, little boys and girls. Snuggle down. Pull the covers